Hello and welcome to hankgames without a Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbly Womblys. The point is today we're taking on Gillingham, everybody's favorite team. Nobody knows how to say it for sure. Gillingham. The point is that they're the unicorns, or possibly just the very enthusiastic horses. I don't know. I love taking on the Gills, the Gills, the Gillies, the Gillies, because of how much criticism I get from people who are from Gillingham. And they do not like it when I make fun of their town name. But I just want to be clear about something. I'm not making fun of your town name. I genuinely don't know how to say it. So, there you go. It's us and the Jills. Today's problem comes from Cody. There I am. I mean, Managerino. Look at him. Today's problem comes from Cody, who donated to the Project for Awesome. Thank you, Cody. And writes, "This last year has been the best year of my life on a personal level." That is a big problem, Cody, and I'm sorry. The problem with this, there's a problem coming. I find it hard not to feel guilty about being in such a good place in my life while my country, and oftentimes the entire world, feels like it is just getting worse in important ways, sometimes in permanently unchangeable ways, like the irreversible damage we're doing to our environment. Meanwhile, my life seems only mostly to get better. I don't want to feel guilty about living a good life, but at the same time, if I don't, I feel like I'm at least partially ignoring the huge problems in the world. Help! I think this is a very common problem right now, Cody. I mean, this is one of the weird things about the world. I've been thinking a lot about this because I don't know how old you are, Cody, but I will tell you that there was a year of my life that was just extraordinarily happy. I mean, I've been lucky to have a lot of happy years, but the happiest year, I don't know if I would say that. I don't want to make the other years feel bad. One of the happiest years of my life was 2006. Now, there were a lot of things that were wrong with my life in 2006, and there were also a lot of things that were wrong with the world. But I'll tell you why it was such a happy year. I was living in New York with my wife. In fact, we had just gotten married, or I think we got married that year. And so that was exciting and fun, and like New York was exciting and weird and expensive, but we sold the movie rights to Looking for Alaska, so we had money and we spent all of it. It was just wonderful. Like, we got to, walk in the park together because she was in graduate school. I mean, I'm very lucky not to have given up a goal there, but that's what you get for having a man bun. The man bun just sort of pulled the body a little bit left, and then that pulled the shot left, and then that's why the Gills are not ahead by 1-0. Anyway, back to my great year. So there was that. It was just like we had a lot of fun together, but also we had lovely friends, and also like my professional life was really, really wonderful. I won the Prince Award for my first novel, Looking for Alaska, and I got a movie deal. And I had this, and I sold. I got contracts for 2 more books, which would become An Abundance of Catherines and Paper Towns, although not nearly as quickly as I hoped that they would get written. I started to meet authors, who became dear friends of mine, and it was just a really exciting, happy time in my life. And I didn't, interestingly, feel that bad about being happy in a way that I think I would now, or even like sometimes I do feel bad now about being happy. And some things were worse. Some things were better than they are now. Like, I didn't like who the president was, and the United States was involved in a very serious. I'm sorry for that injury. I didn't do it on purpose. The United States was involved in a very serious and bloody war on 2 fronts, really, in Iraq and Afghanistan. Conflicts that continue to some extent today, but on a smaller scale than they were then. And I had a lot of disagreements, I guess, policy disagreements with the President of the United States and with the general direction that the country was going in a lot of ways. And that was it wasn't a daily frustration to me. It wasn't something I thought about every day, partly because I could afford not to think about it every day. Get the ball! I've been tackled from behind, for the love of God. John Green hit the crossbar because he's so powerful. I mean, it's almost, he doesn't even know his own power. That's part of what he's going to have to learn to get used to, is that, is how incredibly powerful he is. There's another Gillingham player down, and I apologize for that. Let's see, are you going to get up? I'm just going to wait to see. You are going to get up. Okay, well then we're going to keep playing if that's okay, if you don't mind. Well, I gave you the ball back just to be polite, not because I'm an idiot. And so I've been thinking about this year, 2006, and what was different about it, so that I didn't feel this sort of, oh God, wow, it was a really poor shot. I didn't feel this, like, the larger macro political, social, and economic forces bearing down on the world, and and I didn't think to myself, well, I shouldn't be happy because there's so much horror in the world, even though there was, to be clear, a lot of horror in the world, and in some ways, like, more, in some ways things were worse than they are now. Like, the homicide rate in the United States was higher. We were involved in a very a very serious, we were involved in a larger way in a war. There were a lot, in the in general thing, the U.S. felt very divided then, not as divided as it feels now. But yeah, and I think I the only thing I can come to is that the main difference for me is the social internet and the way that information gets shared on the social internet, and the way I interact with information on the social internet. Look at ball John Green. I mean, the kid's just absolutely unstoppable, and then he makes the worst possible pass. Could not have made a worse pass. There was no. Oh, it's got to be. Oh, freaking burger schmoog! You just be gentle. Just be gentle with the ball. Just be gentle. Why? Just be soft. You're so powerful. He just doesn't understand, Meredith. He doesn't know how powerful he is. Just be gentle. It's a hard thing when you're trying to learn just how strong your leg is. I think you should be happy. I think it's important to let yourself be happy. And I actually think this is in my own narrow experience, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong about anything all the time, to emphasize that. But in my own narrow experience, when I let myself be happy, and when I am able to be grateful for the joys and blessings in my life, it makes me better at it gives me more energy for those big Sorry to interrupt, but there has been a goal, and it involved a really good pass for me to me, a different version of me. Really, they're all me. It's Andy Barcham. I mean, look at him. If we had 11 Andy Barchams, Meredith, we would never lose a game. That goes for the real life Wimbly Womblys too. He runs and he runs and he runs. He's everywhere on the pitch. He does everything that I ask of him in training. I love that guy. I love it, and we're winning. I love it. We are unstoppable. Since we broke the curse, everything worked out better than expected. Since we broke the curse of the butt own goal, that guy can't score with his man bun. He's had multiple opportunities. Anyway, what I was saying is that in my experience, when I'm able to be happy and grateful for the blessings in my life, and it allows me to turn outward more meaningfully, and instead of just being kind of horrified by the news and outraged by the many very real, very profound, very disheartening outrages that are in the world today, it allows me to focus on, are there things that I can do? Are there ways that I can talk? I'm going to get a red card. Are there ways that I can talk? It was an accident. I didn't mean to hit the X button. It was a very bad tackle, and I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to hit the X button. Obviously, I'm not a dirty player. Here, I'm gonna kick the ball out of bounds so I can get my red card. Lyle, I know you didn't do it on purpose. It was me. I hit the X button. I thought, oh, it's just a yellow. No, Lyle, let's be grateful. It was a horror tackle. It's okay. It's okay. Look at this. I mean, he couldn't have been further from the ball. I'm relieved, frankly. All right, we're going to make some substitutions here because we're winning, and there's no reason not to preserve the beloved body of our beloved Frankenstein. So we're going to bring on Trotter and Parrot. Going to have them play out on the wings. We're going to bring on... I'm going to put Sorzy up front, and then I'm going to take off... and I'm going to bring on Abdu. Great. That's what a wonderful solution. All right. There we go. We'll just keep playing. All right. 3 substitutions all at once, just like the pros do. It is true that, that we are in the midst of a great dying that is resulting in a tremendous decrease in human biodiversity. It's also true that we've been in that situation for hundreds of years now. So, like, yeah, let's be proactive. Let's do something about it. Let's fight for a fairer world. Let's never tolerate violence. Let's never tolerate inequality. But that I don't think like fighting for that better world means not being happy about the arrival of babies or about getting to do work that you enjoy or about having wonderful days with friends or whatever it is that's bringing... That was not the pass I was looking for, obviously. Whatever it is that's bringing joy to your life. Terrible shot. But if you'd just done what I said, John Green, everything would have been fine. It's okay. I mean, I think the only disappointment here is that Lyle Taylor hasn't scored a goal in like 7 games, and he's starting to get a little antsy. And, of course, we cannot win without Lyle Taylor. Hard. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Everything worked out better than expected. All right. So that's my recommendation. I know it's hard, and I mean this is something I struggle with too, and I don't know if I didn't struggle with it in 2006 because I was just being like. I mean, what makes it the worst is that it's the guy with the frickin' man bun. Of course it is. Of course it is. Grr. And he missed 72 shots one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and then he puts it in the top corner like he's Andy Man-Bun Carroll. Jesus Christ. I'm infuriated. Hold on. I have to take a second to compose myself. I was just talking about the importance of being happy. Now I'm furious. In general, do you agree with me, Meredith? She said a reluctant yes. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right about. I feel very discombobulated about this question because which is why I think it's such a good problem. Because it is a problem that I don't have easy answers to. But I'm happy that people I'm happy when wonderful things happen to people, and I don't want to stop feeling that way. It's Lyle Taylor. He's on the ball. It's Lyle Taylor. Oh, it's frustrating. All right, maybe we got one more chance. We're gonna go all out attack. We're gonna leave it all on the field, guys. There's no middle ground here. It's Lyle Taylor. 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 He's gonna cut back. Go, Lyle! I could have passed, but I believed in you. I should have passed. Why did I believe in you so much? That's because of what my heart said. My heart said he can do it. Oh, Managerino is Managerini. Oh, frustrating. Do we have one more? Is there one more turn of the... No, there isn't. Anyway, Cody, I'm happy for you. And I hope other people in comments are happy. I wish that I could say that I was happy, but I think you see it all on my thin-lipped, elderly face right there. It's disappointing. Very, very disappointing. We gave up a goal. I don't even want to say his name. I don't even want to say what's on top of his head. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.